almost celebrity. People mistake me for a celebrity. I break people's faces for money and bounce. That's what I do. So Saturday night, I'm gonna do it again.
People can't get up in the morning and they can't get out of bed. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they can predict the feeling of everything that's gonna happen in their life. And their body's resigned to the familiar. It says, oh, another mundane day. But remember when you were a kid and you were going on a field trip? What happened then? You were up and dressed and ready to go before your parents were up. You know why? Because you knew something unexpected was going to happen. That's how we should live our lives. Waking up with the understanding to expect the unexpected, and something unusual should happen in our life as a result of our efforts.
Easy to give up. You know,
Hell
it's
yeah.
easy. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. I'm done. I ain't going.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna keep going.
Yeah,
I don't feel like going to work. I'm done.
Yeah, man.
It's easy. It's very easy. But what's hard is going, yo, yesterday I got nothing from working as hard as I could. Nothing happened from that. I'm gonna do the same thing again today, but I'm gonna try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world.
Up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day before anybody else, and grounding my thought process is in the no one will outwork me. No one. I love and I respect you guys. Motherfuckers won't outwork me. All starts with this. 2 hands, putting in the work.
First we shine the shoes, then we own the shoe shops. First we make the sandwiches, then we own the restaurants. First we clean the houses, then we own every house on the block. And then we believe in ourselves, we work hard, we take full advantage of the American dream and the opportunity. And then we end up with a Hollywood star on the block in Los Angeles. Play with it.
It's about losing. As we get older, we lose our hair, we lose our teeth, we lose our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, and but it's the ones who overcome, they're lost in life, and could shun away adversity and always willing to fight it. Every particular moment in life are the ones that are able to transcend and be able to spread the word to other people who's in that same particular genre as they are.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't fucking stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? Alright, well, gotta figure it out, made some mistakes, life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point. I'm a life goes on type of guy.
In order to make Mars work, we need kind of the next generation of rockets and spacecraft. We think we've got something that will enable people to move to Mars for approximately $500,000.
$500,000?
Yeah. And you can get a free return ticket with that, by the way.
I have an unfair advantage, you know. I went to war. And at war, I'm alive because other guys died for me. When you see stuff like that, you know, how can I quit? Most guys are just wimps, pussies, cowards. They don't have it.
Those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on building the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss them. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just I hate that guy. I'm scared of him.
Why would you save money when they're printing money?
Because you didn't, I don't know.
Because that's what you've been told to do.
Of course.
So question that. You see, if you cannot think, I cannot help you. I questioned all that. Why would I save money when they print money? That's what happened in 1971 when President Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. They can print as much as they like.
My parents are both alive. Are your parents alive?
Mm-hmm.
How old are your parents?
76, 74.
And how often do you see them?
Like twice a year.
Okay. Let's say your parents lived till 80, so they have 5 more years, okay? Let's just say roughly. You would say I have 5 more years of my parents, but I would say no. You have 10 more times with your parents if you see them twice a year. And we don't think like that. We think ahead. You know, it's like nothing's going to happen. It's always going to be great. you know, in 2 years, we're going on a vacation, we're going here, or I'm going to put it off, I'm going to do it next year. When you start to think backwards, it creates insane urgency.
My baby sister died. That hit me.
And how old was she?
She was 40. That really hit me because she had cancer a couple times and we beat it. So when they told me she had cancer again, I figured we're going to beat it. But then it was just too late. So I already got insomnia anyway. So that just made it times 10. And then one day I'm downstairs working out with my youngest son, Shakir. And one of my other sons comes in the gym and he's crying. And then I see the Kobe thing. So now I'm like, it gotta be a hoax. Cause I was watching the game when Bron passed him up. Probably just somebody messing around on the internet. And then the calls just kept coming in. And then you go watch TV and it just hit. It put me in a I shoulda mode. Mm-hmm. I should have spent more time with my sister. I should have just called to just check on her. I should have. And, you know, things like that you can never get back.
Your lack of commitment is almost an insult to the people who believe in you. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I said, there's people who believe in me. So this is what I'm telling myself right now, today. There's people that believe in me. And me having this half commitment, it's not who the fuck I am. It's not what my people, it's not what the people who believe in me deserve. And I want to, you know, I want to give back to the people who believe in me and give them that belief, you know, and prove that belief correct. So
let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
You own a pencil factory, I'm a worker in that pencil factory. But without me, and presumably many others like me, to assemble the pencils, all you would have is a pile of wood, yellow paint, graphite, rubber, and aluminum.
The owner of the factory carries the risk, therefore he gets the benefit. The workers in the company you mentioned, if that company were to go bankrupt, they would carry the risk as well as the benefit. If the company goes bankrupt, and this guy has to pay off all of his debts, the worker may lose his job, but he's not the one who's going to incur the debt of having gone bankrupt. It's the investor who pays the downside, who invested in all the machinery, who sunk millions of dollars into making your labor productive. Because guess what? Your labor is without that machinery. Gunk. Nothing. You don't have a pencil to put together, you don't got the wood, you don't got the paint, you don't got the rubber, you don't got the metal, you got nothing. Right? You're sitting there, standing outside, twiddling your thumbs. It required somebody to invest, who do you think put more in? The guy who spent millions of dollars buying all the machinery, leasing the place, making sure there was a management structure, doing the LLC formation, making sure all the tax code was in compliance, or you standing outside because you can stick a piece of graphite into a piece of wood?
I always feel that it's a privilege to spend time with my children. And I have some sense of how fast time goes. You know, I've always had a very acute sense of the finitude of existence. And this is a good hint for people who have children, don't take it for granted. You know, every second you get that isn't painful, you should cherish.
I have an unhealthy obsession with spending money, but I have a healthy obsession with making it, so it's all good.
Facebook wasn't the first thing I built. I also built chat systems and games, study tools and music players, and I'm not alone. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before she finally wrote and published Harry Potter. Even Beyoncé had to make hundreds of songs to get Halo. The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail.